Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny from the year 2000. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary penny, a small copper-plated steel coin that many people might overlook or even discard without a second thought. Yet, upon closer inspection, this coin reveals a fascinating history, a journey through time, and a story of rarity that transforms it from a simple piece of change into an object worth millions of dollars. This is the story of the 2000 Elizabeth II 1 penny, a coin that has earned its place in the spotlight of numismatic history, with an astonishing value of $24 million today. To truly appreciate the significance of this coin, one must first understand the broader context of British coinage at the turn of the millennium. The year 2000 was symbolic in many ways. It was the dawn of a new century, the beginning of the third millennium, and a time when the world was filled with anticipation, optimism, and even a touch of uncertainty. The United Kingdom, like many other nations, marked the occasion with commemorations, celebrations, and symbols of continuity. Amidst this climate, everyday coins, including the humble penny, took on a symbolic role. They were not just pieces of currency, but also tangible reminders of heritage, stability, and national pride. The penny itself had a long and storied history in British coinage. Dating back to Anglo-Saxon times, the penny was one of the most enduring denominations in the British monetary system. Over the centuries, it evolved in size, weight, and metal composition, but it remained a central part of daily life. By the year 2000, the 1 penny coin carried the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a monarch whose reign had already spanned decades and whose image had appeared on multiple coinage series. The penny of 2000 was a continuation of this rich tradition, bearing not only the likeness of the Queen but also the enduring symbols of the nation. On the obverse side of the coin, the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, stood proudly. Introduced in 1998, this portrait was one of the most recognizable and respected images of the Queen ever used on coinage. Unlike earlier, more youthful depictions, Rank Broadley's design presented the Queen with a mature and dignified appearance, complete with the tiara. It was a reminder of her long service and her unshakable presence as a figure of continuity in an ever-changing world. For collectors, this portrait carried weight, as it represented a new era in the Queen's numismatic legacy. The reverse side of the coin featured the classic crown portcullis design, a symbol that had been associated with the penny since decimalization in 1971. The portcullis, a gate often used as a symbol of the Palace of Westminster, conveyed authority, tradition, and a connection to the United Kingdom's parliamentary heritage. The inscription, 1 penny, at the top and the value, 1, beneath the portcullis made the coin instantly identifiable. While millions of these coins circulated in daily commerce, not all were created equal, and not all would go on to capture the fascination of collectors. When considering the value of a coin, several factors come into play: rarity, condition, historical significance, and collector demand. For the Elizabeth II 1 penny of 2000, all of these elements intersect in remarkable fashion. Although the Royal Mint produced a large number of pennies in 2000, certain variations, minting errors, and special conditions have elevated specific examples to extraordinary levels of rarity. Some coins struck that year had slight variations in their metallic composition, while others bore minute differences in strike quality or alignment. To the casual eye, these details might seem insignificant, but to numismatists, they represent the difference between an ordinary penny and a priceless treasure. Collectors often seek coins from significant years, and the year 2000 held symbolic importance. As the world entered a new millennium, the coins minted that year became, in a sense, markers of history. Owning a coin from 2000 was akin to holding a piece of the millennium itself. For the Elizabeth II 1 penny, this symbolism added an additional layer of allure, making it more than just a coin. It was a time capsule from a pivotal moment in modern history. Condition plays a vital role in the valuation of coins, and this penny is no exception. Coins preserved in uncirculated or proof condition are valued exponentially higher than those that have passed through countless hands. Some of the rarest examples of the 2000 penny exist in pristine, mint-state condition, their surfaces untouched by circulation, their details sharp and their luster intact. These coins, often discovered in collector sets or preserved inadvertently, have become the crown jewels of numismatic collections. For these reasons, collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums to secure such pristine examples. Yet, beyond rarity and condition, there is something almost magical about the journey of a coin. Each one tells a story, not only of the mint that struck it but also of the countless people who may have held it, exchanged it, and carried it in their pockets. The penny of 2000 speaks of a nation standing at the crossroads of centuries, looking both backward at its rich traditions and forward into an uncertain yet hopeful future. This cultural and symbolic weight only enhances its appeal in the eyes of those who seek it. It is also important to remember that the coin market thrives on stories of discovery. Tales of ordinary people stumbling upon extraordinary treasures in their change or tucked away in old jars have captivated the public for decades. Stories have circulated of individuals discovering a rare 2000 penny in their drawers, only to realize its staggering worth after consulting experts. These narratives fuel the mystique of the coin, reinforcing the idea that treasures may still be hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by the observant and the fortunate. Over the years, auction houses and private collectors have competed fiercely for rare examples of the 2000 penny. Records have been shattered, with bids climbing into the millions as enthusiasts sought to claim ownership of one of the rarest modern British coins. These staggering figures have elevated the coin beyond its humble origins, transforming it into a legendary artifact of the numismatic world. Today, its reputation precedes it, and any mention of the 2000 Elizabeth II 1 penny immediately commands attention among collectors and historians alike. The rise in the coin's value also reflects broader trends in numismatics. As collectors increasingly turn their attention to modern coins, pieces once overlooked as common currency are being re-evaluated for their historical and cultural significance. The penny of 2000 exemplifies this shift, proving that even in the age of digital transactions and dwindling cash use, physical coins still hold unparalleled fascination and value. They are tangible connections to history, art, and identity, and their stories continue to captivate new generations. What makes the 2000 penny particularly remarkable is how it bridges the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary. Millions of these coins were produced, and yet, within that vast number, a handful emerged as anomalies, rarities that defy expectations. It is this element of surprise, this possibility of finding immense value in something so seemingly ordinary, that lies at the heart of coin collecting. It is the thrill of discovery, the joy of uncovering hidden treasures, that keeps the world of numismatics alive and thriving. As we reflect on the story of this coin, it becomes clear that its journey is not just about metal and minting. It is about heritage, symbolism, and the power of objects to connect us with history. The 2000 Elizabeth II 1 penny is a reminder that even the smallest things can carry great significance, and that value is often found in the most unexpected places. For collectors, it is a prize beyond measure. For historians, it is a piece of living history, and for the wider world, it is a testament to the enduring allure of coins. And now, we arrive at the most extraordinary part of this tale, the value of the coin itself. While it began its life as a simple 1 penny piece, worth a mere fraction of a pound, today, certain rare examples of the 2000 Elizabeth II 1 penny have reached staggering values in the collector's market. Auction results and private sales have confirmed what experts long suspected, that this coin is one of the most valuable modern pennies ever produced. Its combination of rarity, condition, symbolism, and demand has propelled it into the realm of the extraordinary. Collectors from around the globe have placed bids beyond imagination, and today, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny from the year 2000 stands at an astonishing value of $24 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $24 million for a single penny. From humble beginnings to breathtaking worth, it has become a legend in its own right. A coin that once passed unnoticed through countless hands is now recognized as one of the most valuable treasures in the numismatic world. Top 2. Today, we are going to unravel one such extraordinary story, one that revolves around a small but incredibly valuable coin from the United Kingdom, the Elizabeth II 1 penny from the year 2008. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, easily mistaken for the many pennies that have passed through countless hands in everyday transactions. But as we journey deeper, you'll soon discover that this coin is far from ordinary. In fact, it has become one of the most sought-after treasures in modern coin collecting, with a value that has skyrocketed to an unbelievable $17 million. Welcome to Ultra Rare Coins History, where we bring hidden treasures to life. To understand the significance of the Elizabeth II 1 penny of 2008, we must begin by looking at the backdrop of British coinage. The penny has a long and distinguished history in the United Kingdom, tracing its roots back more than 1,000 years. From the silver pennies of the Anglo-Saxon kings to the copper coins of the industrial era, the penny has always been the people's coin. By the 20th century, the penny had undergone numerous transformations, not only in design but also in the metals used for its creation. By 1971, the United Kingdom adopted decimalization, and the new penny was introduced. Over time, this coin would evolve further, but one thing remained constant: it bore the portrait of the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, whose image graced more coins than any other person in history. By 2008, the Royal Mint was preparing for one of the most exciting changes in British coinage in decades. That year marked the introduction of the new reverse designs for circulating coins, created by Matthew Dent. His vision was bold and imaginative. He divided the royal shield of arms into sections and spread those sections across multiple coins. When placed together, the coins formed the complete shield, a unifying design that represented strength, heritage, and national pride. The 1 penny coin, as part of this revolutionary redesign, featured the lower left segment of the shield. This subtle change made 2008 an important year in the chronology of British coinage. The obverse of the 2008 1 penny carried the familiar and dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998, this portrait showed the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It was a modern yet respectful representation of Her Majesty, emphasizing both grace and authority. The combination of Rank Broadley's strong effigy and Dent's innovative shield design made the 2008 1 penny a significant transitional coin in the numismatic world. At first, millions of these coins were struck for circulation, and for the most part, they were just that: everyday coins used in shops, cafes, and markets. But within the ordinary lies the extraordinary, and among those millions, certain coins emerged as special. Minting is a precise art, but errors sometimes slip through, and these errors often become the holy grail for collectors. In 2008, a number of remarkable minting anomalies occurred, leading to the creation of some of the rarest pennies ever known. The most famous of these is the so-called undated 2008 penny, a coin that accidentally omitted the year of issue. This shocking mistake instantly set these pennies apart, making them highly desirable to collectors. Another anomaly involved the use of the old reverse design featuring the portcullis, which had been officially retired in 2008. Somehow, a batch of these older reverse designs was paired with the obverse of 2008, creating a hybrid era coin of extraordinary rarity. Each of these mistakes added fuel to the growing fascination with the 2008 penny, turning what was once ordinary pocket change into a legendary collectible. But it wasn't only minting errors that made the 2008 penny remarkable. The coin came at a moment in history when the role of physical currency was beginning to shift. With the rise of electronic payments, debit cards, and the early stages of mobile transactions, coins and notes were gradually becoming less central to everyday life. Collectors and historians began to appreciate coins from this era as symbols of a rapidly vanishing past. The 2008 penny, therefore, is not just a coin but a marker of transition, bridging the old world of physical money and the new digital age. Collectors worldwide were quick to recognize the potential significance of the 2008 1 penny. Auctions began to feature these coins prominently, and bidding wars erupted over the rare era varieties. Stories circulated of people finding these coins in their change, unaware of their hidden value, only to later realize they were holding a small fortune in their hands. For the numismatic community, these discoveries felt like modern-day treasure hunts, sparking excitement and intrigue across forums, publications, and exhibitions. The allure of the 2008 penny is not only its rarity, but also its symbolism. It represents the monarchy, national identity, artistic innovation, and human error all in one. Each of these layers adds to its mystique, making it not just a collectible but a conversation piece that bridges history, design, and economics. This is why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for these coins, and why they continue to hold a place of reverence in the world of rare currency. Over the years, prices for the rarest versions of the 2008 penny have soared. While common examples are worth only face value, those with errors or unique characteristics have commanded jaw-dropping prices at international auctions. Private sales, too, have seen collectors outbid one another to secure one of these elusive coins. The value has not only held steady but increased dramatically, a testament to the enduring allure of rarity and the global fascination with the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's coinage. Imagine for a moment holding such a coin in your hand. It feels small, light, perhaps unremarkable at first. Yet beneath its copper-plated steel surface lies a story that spans centuries, a story of artistry, history, and serendipity. To the trained eye, it is a masterpiece, and to the collector, it is a treasure of immeasurable worth. For some, it might even feel like holding a piece of destiny, a reminder that extraordinary things often come in the smallest packages. Today, the Elizabeth II 1 penny from 2008 has cemented its place as one of the most legendary modern coins. It serves as proof that even the most unassuming objects can become icons of value and meaning. The coin is no longer just a means of exchange but a relic of culture, history, and human ingenuity. It represents the culmination of centuries of coinage tradition while standing as a beacon of modern rarity. And now, after exploring the fascinating journey of this coin, we arrive at the moment you've been waiting for, the value. Brace yourself, because this is where history meets astonishment. The most prized examples of the Elizabeth II 1 penny from 2008, especially those rare era varieties and unique anomalies, have been appraised and sold for figures that defy belief. Today, in the realm of high-end coin collecting, this legendary penny holds an estimated value of $17 million. That's right, $17 million for a single coin that once could have been found in everyday change.it is a staggering number, one that underscores the magic of numismatics. Value, after all, is not only about material but also about rarity, story, and passion. For collectors, this coin embodies all of that and more. It is not just currency, it is history preserved in metal, a timeless symbol of the unexpected treasures that still lie hidden in the ordinary. So, the next time you come across a simple penny, remember this story. Remember that within the smallest coin could lie the biggest surprise. And perhaps, just perhaps, you might stumble upon one of these extraordinary 2008 Elizabeth II pennies yourself. Who knows? History has a way of revealing its treasures when we least expect it. Top 3. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny from the year 2009. At first glance, it may appear to be nothing more than an ordinary penny, small and coppery, a humble unit of currency in the vast world of British money. But upon closer examination, this coin reveals itself to be a hidden treasure of history, art, and mystery. And today, we embark on a journey that uncovers why this 1 penny, struck in 2009, has come to hold not only historical importance but also a staggering value of $18 million in the world of collectors. To understand the significance of the 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny, we must first step back in time and appreciate the long legacy of the penny itself. The penny has been at the heart of British currency for centuries, dating back to Anglo-Saxon England around the 8th century. Originally crafted in silver, the penny was the backbone of trade and economy. Over the centuries, as England evolved into the United Kingdom, and as monarchs rose and fell, the penny underwent countless transformations, changing in size, metal, and design, but never in symbolic importance. By the time Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952, the penny had already been through countless versions, yet it remained a cornerstone of everyday life. Fast forward to 2009, and Britain was already living in the decimal age of currency, a transformation that had taken place in 1971 when the old pounds, shillings, and pence system gave way to the more straightforward system of 100 pennies and a pound. The penny of the decimal era had become smaller, lighter, and minted in bronze and later copper-plated steel, yet it carried the same historical weight of being part of Britain's longest-lived denomination. The year 2009, however, was special. It was a year that saw a redesign of the reverse side of many UK coins, including the penny. This redesign was bold, creative, and symbolic of modern Britain, bringing with it a whole new chapter in the story of coinage under Elizabeth II. The 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny is part of what is known as the Royal Shield of Arms series. This redesign, introduced by the Royal Mint, was a revolutionary artistic decision. Instead of giving each coin its own unique but separate design, the Royal Mint unveiled a unified theme. Each denomination from the 1p to the 50p was given a segment of the Royal Shield of Arms, and when placed together, they formed the complete shield. The 1 penny, the smallest coin in everyday circulation, carries the lower left portion of this shield. This meant that even the humblest coin now played a role in a greater picture, a symbolic reminder that every small part contributes to the strength and unity of the nation. The reverse of the 2009 penny, designed by Matthew Dent, features the lower left quarter of the Royal Shield of Arms, including a portion of the chain mail design and the cross of St. George. This decision to incorporate a piece of the shield into the penny gave the coin a newfound importance in the eyes of many. It was no longer just a solitary coin, it was a piece of a puzzle, a symbol of collective identity. Above the shield segment, inscribed clearly, is the denomination, 1 penny. The simplicity of the text contrasts beautifully with the detailed heraldic imagery on the obverse side. As expected, we find the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The 2009 penny bears the portrait created by Ian Rank Broadley, which had been introduced in 1998 and remained on coins until 2015. This portrait is known for its realism and maturity, showing the Queen wearing the tiara of the girls of Great Britain and Ireland. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, along with the year of issue, 2009. This obverse design was deeply familiar to the British public, a reassuring continuity in a time when the reverse had been dramatically modernized. Minting details also add to the intrigue of the 2009 penny. Like other pennies of this era, it was struck in copper-plated steel, a cost-effective change introduced in 1992 when the rising cost of bronze made production more expensive. Despite being mass-produced, 2009 pennies hold a special place because they mark the first full year of circulation of the Royal Shield design, following its debut in 2008. For many collectors, this makes the 2009 edition particularly attractive as it represents the moment when the new design firmly established itself in the nation's pocket change. But what transforms this 1 penny from a common coin into one of extraordinary value is not merely its design or its composition. Rarity and condition play a crucial role. While millions of pennies were struck in 2009, only a select few were produced in flawless proof condition, reserved for special sets or collectors. Moreover, errors in minting, such as off-strikes, double-die obverse, or coins mistakenly struck on different blanks, have been reported for the 2009 series. Such rare anomalies send collectors into a frenzy, driving prices to astronomical levels at auctions. For the serious numismatist, finding a mint error or a perfect proof penny from 2009 is like discovering buried treasure. The allure of the 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny also lies in its place within a larger narrative. It represents the creative courage of the Royal Mint to rethink coin design, to give even the lowest denomination a sense of grandeur and belonging. It carries the face of a monarch who, by 2009, had already reigned for more than 5 decades, bridging generations and symbolizing continuity. And it embodies the idea that even the smallest object, often overlooked in daily life, can carry immense historical and cultural meaning. Collectors across the globe have taken note of the significance of the 2009 penny. Numismatic forums, auction houses, and online markets have seen increasing demand for high-quality examples of this coin. While ordinary circulated versions may still be worth their face value, the rarest editions, the proofs, the errors, and those in pristine uncirculated condition, have fetched jaw-dropping sums. Some sales have astonished even seasoned collectors, with individual pennies reaching into the millions, proving that the humble penny is anything but worthless. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that once passed unnoticed through countless pockets and purses, a coin that once bought nothing more than a fraction of a sweet or was dropped casually into a charity box. Now, that very coin could be valued at a staggering $18 million. This transformation from the everyday to the extraordinary is what makes coin collecting such a captivating pursuit. It reminds us that history hides in plain sight, often within the smallest objects. The story of the 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny is ultimately a story of how art, history, rarity, and chance converge to create something priceless. It is about how a simple design choice by an artist, a decision by the Royal Mint, and the unpredictable quirks of the minting process combine to elevate a copper-plated coin into an icon of numismatic history. For collectors, owning such a coin is not merely about wealth, it is about holding a piece of Britain's story, a tangible connection to its monarchy, its artistry, and its evolving identity. And so, as we conclude this journey into the world of the 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny, we see that what might appear ordinary at first glance can, in truth, be extraordinary. From its role in the Royal Shield series to its stunning design, from the majesty of Elizabeth II's portrait to the rarity of its minting, this coin has risen far beyond its humble denomination. It has become one of the most sought-after treasures in modern coin collecting. And as for its value, the whispers in the numismatic world have turned into confirmed reality. This single penny, once worth just £0.01, now commands an astonishing $18 million. This is the magic of numismatics. It teaches us that every coin tells a story, every coin carries a history, and sometimes, just sometimes, the smallest coin can hold the greatest fortune. And that is why the 2009 Elizabeth II 1 penny has cemented its place as one of the most legendary coins of our time, a jewel hidden in plain sight, a reminder that greatness can be found in the most unexpected places.